Dare to venture into the great unknown? Follow the UFO enthusiast from Tucson who's trekking to the mountains of Washington State, determined to uncover that the truth is out there. And you thought your car was a work of art? Meet the Seattle auto artist who's gathered a convoy of crazy car enthusiasts. They're taking the trip to the San Francisco Artcar Fest, beginning now on American Journey.
My name's Kelly Lyles. I'm both a commercial and a fine artist with an overriding hobby that is my art car. I live in Seattle, and quite a few of my friends have art cars all around the country. I'm gathering up the Northwest contingent, and we're heading down to a big art car show in San Francisco, the 3rd annual Artcar Fest.
Okay, I'm just on the 5 South on-ramp.
So we're on our way to Portland, where we're picking up Reverend Charles and a woman called Karen Wetherill, whose nickname is Cootie. For some reason, a lot of us have nicknames. I don't have one yet.
Hey Chuck, sorry I'm late. I can't follow directions or whatever.
Chuck is the Reverend Charles Linville of Our Lady of Eternal Combustion Church, and he is an ordained minister.
Oh, hi.
Here we go lately.
Reverend Chuck.
Reverend
Nice
Chuck
to meet you,
Linville.
Reverend.
Sorry, I'm
That's
losing
Reverend
my
Bill.
manners.
That's all right, Reverend Bill.
He has a companion, the Reverend Bill, and the black of Bill's fur sets off his white clerical collar beautifully. Bill can also perform marriages.
He is registered in the county, yeah. He hasn't done anything yet, though.
I'm surprised he hasn't got anything glued on him.
Yeah, Chuck is definitely larger than life. He has 3 art cars, Our Lady of Eternal Combustion, Jesus Chrysler, and this current one, he calls it the danger car. It's filled with everything that's bad for you.
Hey, look who's here.
So far, it's been a disaster. Ken went heading off Columbia Freeway. He couldn't even get on I-5 South, a mile from my house.
God.
Then, after that, we lost Schlock, continuing on north down the freeway,
Well,
some
that's-
other
that I can
direction.
believe.
Yeah,
no,
because
that-
everybody was following the leader.
Yep, it's dead. Something so bad in the front end, I thought it was brakes, but I'm not sure what it is now.
Looks like melted grease and brake lining.
Chuck, is it open? Should I grab some water? Oh boy. So you're just gonna stay here and try and catch up to San Francisco? Yeah, this is scary. I always sort of like having a mechanic along.
And I was the best.
I know, you were it. So much for the Fellowship of Art Car Artists, but we're already, we've already lost 2 on the road. The 2 other ones bailed and went the other direction, so I don't know what we're gonna do. All I can think is that we gotta, if we wanna get there for the Thursday morning tour around the city, which is really a lot of fun, we gotta keep going. Bubble Man is Gary Golightly, and he just makes his living doing bubble shows. And he has all these different wands and contraptions. He seems to do it for love of kids and just love of entertaining people, because at every stop he gets out the bubbles and just goes to town. Cootie is an entomologist, and she's now started an insect car. And a lot of our stops, she'll be off on the side picking up little critters and giving us little nature talks about what these things are that we were just overlooking. The theme of my car is Leopard Bernstein, and it's a snow leopard, or painted like a snow leopard. Initially, I wanted a car that could go through a car wash too, and I thought, if I just do paint, it can go through a car wash. The car is just a tie-in to my company, Graphics. I think I screwed my first Tiger on in Houston. I don't know if I bought one or someone gave me one, and then just started adding ever since.
And as much as I joke about it, I do know that I always have to be creating something or doing something. I always have projects going, and I think that's common for anyone in the arts. There's always something else you have to achieve. I have 3 different bodies of work. I do very realistic figurative work, and I love portraiture, but I just like to inject some humor. At the moment, I'm working on a rodent and product series that was started because of doing kind of a humorous piece called Spamster. And that one was a big hit, so that got me just thinking of other kinds of puns. I've always loved words and verbal things. I actually wanted to be a writer at one point, but all the journalism classes were at 8 and the art classes were at noon, so that decided my career. My Cerrone doesn't have any major depth to it. It's just hopefully to make you laugh. Now I've got the mustard, the mouse on top of Grey Poupon mustard. Niagara Falls is just, you know, a little bit trendy, just jumping on that Viagra bandwagon. This is Rat-a-tat-tat, and it's just a spoof on the Patty Hearst thing. There's nothing remotely deep about it. It's just a word play, and, you know, I pride myself on my superficiality and my lack of depth. In Seattle, there's sort of, I wouldn't say an underground art community, but there's definitely a very connected art community. And there's a guy named Steve Bard who just has an incredible house. It's completely eccentric. Anything weird, it's in his house.
Yeah, this is the coolest thing I ever got. It's a whole new centerpiece for the parlor. It's to die for. Cool. Siamese twin calves from an old turn-of-the-century circus sideshow.
That's really sick.
Aren't they awesome?
They're lovely.
How would you like to see Siamese twin calves coming at you in the night? Wouldn't that be scary?
This is such a departure from the kind of stuff I do with just bright colors and, you know, cute little rodent things. But I just love all this Victorian frou-frou.
I have an item that I acquired recently that ties in just perfectly with the theme of your art car. So step in the library here and I'll demonstrate it for you.
I think I want it.
I'm sure you do. Isn't this just perfect?
It's perfect.
Perfect.
Driving in convoy is always a challenge. It sounds a lot easier than it is. We tend to miss intersections and miss off-ramps, and getting cars on and off of freeways at the same time is quite the challenge. A lot of times we all end up in the wrong town.
We saw one with insects and...
Yeah, how long
I don't know, I'd say maybe an hour.
We lost them.
Yeah, they were in here earlier and I was...
I'm gonna use the restroom as long as we're here.
All right, I picked the right station.
What's this all about? What is it?
This particular one is leopard Bernstein, and it's just...
The fundamental motivation, on some level, has to be getting attention.
They're not gonna fall off, are they?
No, they're all screwed on.
People are always asking me about my leopard cars, saying, do you consider yourself a lion? And do you have all these Leo tendencies? And I said, no, if I was an animal, I would probably be more of a hamster, just running in circles and very hyperactive.
Where are you headed?
Down to San Francisco, there's a big art car show in San Francisco. There's like, should be 75 to 100 of them ending up there. There was supposed to be 7 of us,
We
but
just had 2 more go through earlier.
we lost them hours ago.
Now, is this one of them here?
This is Bubble Man, he's an art car.
.com, I like that.
Yeah, I love that.
Especially coming out of Washington. Surprised you were able to get that one.
It's good for me being behind it.
Wired up, just calm down. There you go, you got it.
You've worked your magic several times when I've read the plate and went, okay, it's gonna be all right.
Well, I'd like to say the gas is free for being different, but I'm sorry.
Instead,
Maybe
it's
next time.
twice the price, right?
Well, how about the story of the Curly Redwood Lodge, made from one curly redwood tree? And normally redwood is always straight grained, like this. This is called curly redwood.
Oh, okay.
And if you look at the legs on that table over there, it splits out curly like that, and that doesn't happen very often in a redwood tree. This one, when it was young, was struck by lightning, and in its growing process, it grew in this manner. And from this tree, we still have enough for 6 more units.
Wow.
So it kind of tells you what you can do with one tree.
Oh, look at all the bugs.
The car makes people laugh, and it makes people smile, and they give you the thumbs up. We always marvel at the people that don't notice and don't acknowledge and just drive by you and refuse to look and refuse to smile.
What kind of glue do you use?
The only cranky reaction we ever have is people will say, boy, you people have too much time on your hands. And our generic response is, while you people are sitting there watching TV, we're gluing objects on our car.
It's crazy. I bet nobody steals them.
You get asked why a lot, which is kind of a curious question, and or what does it mean? They demand to know why you did it. They feel that you owe them an explanation as to why you would do this to a car. But you know, these are, like in my case, the 30-year-old cars are not worth anything in the first place, and I think it's an improvement. Within this 50-mile stretch, according to these books I was looking at, this is kind of Redwood Exploitation Alley. And this is where they put up all this cheesy roadside attractions. So, well, it's kind of like our cars in a way. Our cars are kind of like goofy and silly and interesting all at the same time.
Oh, wait a minute. You know what? It's the head of an elephant.
I just wanted to get into the shot.
Oh, right here. Yeah.
My strobe lights and my colors and everything.
Whoa!
Big bug, I'm gonna screw it onto my back bumper.
This time I was really noticing how many logging trucks there were. Yeah, here we're all driving through these gorgeous redwoods and admiring these beautiful trees and the scenery, and I'm just not making the connection that, oh yeah, there was 10 less trees that just drove by me.
When my mom was about 12 years old, she swears up and down she's seen a Bigfoot. They smelt something, it was the deal, is they smelt it. And they were like, what is this, you know? And they looked downstream a little bit because the wind was blowing upstream, and there was like a baby Bigfoot and a mama. And they were like, whoa, you know, and they ran down there. And before they could get all the way down there, it was gone. And she said it just smelled hideous. She said, if you smell it, you'll smell it before you see it, ever.
All right. Oh,
This is a Bigfoot imprint from October 2nd of 1958. And you know, they took the mold to a pathologist, a foot doctor, and honestly, there were lines in it. It is a real live animal or human. They are not sure what it is. But I mean, I believe in the possibility. I've never seen it yet, so I mean, eventually I will. I'm 23 years old, and I'm gonna live here for the rest of my life, so hopefully I'll come across it someday.
We're heading to San Francisco, and who knows what's going to happen this time. The itinerary has been changing. On the way down a couple times, I forget and I focus on the journey and the trip. And then when we get here, it's like, oh yeah, that's right. That's what I'm here for, to see my friends, to admire their art. And we always joke about their ongoing projects. They're never ending. So even though you've seen someone's car the last 2 or 3 years, it's going to be a different vehicle next time around.
Welcome to San Francisco, California.
The highlight of the show is going to be the How Berkeley Can You Be parade. They love the art cars. There are fashion shows, there's karaoke in the parking lots, there's musical performances, there's general just mayhem and entertainment.
The fashion show will begin in 10 minutes at the server bus. Go this way, people.
They usually have a fashion show. I'm hoping that I don't have to do anything, but just in case, I've just brought a whole bunch of leopard clothes, and I just drag people out of the audience and force them to put on my leopard outfits.
Yes, everyone's into the leopard act these days. Even our canine companion. And now, a superb, slinky, and satanic statement. Just perfect for weddings, funerals, bar mitzvahs, and other important days in your life. Yes, these fashion mavens show flexibility as well as finesse in their stunning encoded ensembles in all the hues of the sickening psychedelic rainbow.
Tickets! Show them your tickets! It's official!
They got tickets for riding on top of the cyber bus.
Assemble here in an organized and orderly, and come over here now. Okay, good morning, everyone. I hope you're caffeinated. Today we are doing the Kids Are All Right tour. We're visiting an elementary school. Then we'll be visiting a junior high and a high school, but we're only doing drive-bys, no guns. Sorry. Hopefully they don't have any either.
We'll be going in 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Collect your dogs.
Place the back door.
Woman's World, I read that all the time. How did I miss the article with you?
There I am. Ta-da! My big claim to fame.
That is great.
Oh,
that is way
I like
cool.
this. Took 20 years off me.
And they had the thigh-reducing camera, I see.
Artists, to your vehicles.
The kids are probably our biggest fans. They just go nuts on this. We take the cars for granted, I think, because once you have one, you start seeing them every block. But I guess somebody's in their young lives, they've never seen them before, let alone to see 40 at once, and they just go wild. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun to see that much joy, to pull into a schoolyard and just hear this hysterical shrieks. A lot of the cars are interactive, and the kids just love that. They're all, touchy-grabby, and we always lose a couple little ornaments in these. My favorite comment from a child was, "Hey, look, Mom, it's a party."
Remember, you break them, you buy them.
Berkeley Can You Be parade, which is about Berkeley making fun of itself as how PC it is, how politically correct. And, you know, we always joke the smell of patchouli oil wafts over Berkeley instead of the smog of the rest of California.
Berkeley, California, hello! How Berkeley can you be? This is as Berkeley as I can be, right here. That's it, man. You can't get any more Berkeley than this.
One of the guys that was driving our car said, you know, Howard, what's amazing about this is people look at us and it has this cumulative energy of like individuality that just reeks and it's contagious and it gets everybody excited about being an individual and being free.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your clothes off and fold them neatly and place them on the curb beside you.
Well, I think the car is a natural medium for creativity because it's already a natural extension of your identity, like clothes are. You get rear-ended, you know, you don't say, oh, someone hit my car, you say, someone hit me.
There's a really strong bond and sense of community in the Artcar group, and it seems to override all our differences in ages, in social strata, and economics. We're from every venue of life.
I live in Los Angeles. I'm a home care nurse and an artist, and I drive this everywhere. This is my joy, and I just love it.
This is the Zebra Mobile, which is about seeing the world in terms of black and white.
This is the Buick of unconditional love. It's all about love. We're giving it away here.
It's a lot of fun, and I've gone to lots of other events, you know, artist events, and they might be spectacular, they might be even more elaborate and beautiful, but I don't think there's that fellowship or something that there is among the Artcar group. I just think the strongest element is humor. We all have a sense of humor. We have, you know, that one similar interest, which is, I guess, fairly unique, and it creates a really strong bond.